Hey, what is up? It's Felicia, and I procrastinated on this video. I'm just gonna be honest. So I am filming this on my birthday when I was hoping to have it posted on my birthday. If things go as planned, you will still be seeing this on November 30th. So we'll see if editing Felicia does this in time. So for today's video, I decided to do what I saw on A-Dub's channel, which is 19 things I've learned at 19. So some of these things I've learned before 19, but for the majority of it, it's stuff I've learned within this year. So with that said, let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is just smiling more often. I'm one of those people that if you bump into me in a hallway or a sidewalk or a store, I'm most likely going to be smiling. I'm overall very bubbly and I'm not afraid to show it. And since learning just to smile more often and not worry about what other people may think, you'd be surprised how many people just respond to it very well, and they also smile and they'll start a conversation with you, and it's very great. But then again, I like to talk to random people at the stores, so that's maybe just a preference. Now this one right here is very important in my eyes. It's spend time with your family. Now I know most of us at this age, we're real like independent, and you're like, I'm too old, I want to be a big kid, I don't want to spend time with my family. You will regret it. Thankfully I still have both of my parents, but you never know. They're not guaranteed the next day, Now this next one, I think everybody would agree, you really need to think about decisions before you make them. Me being that I just turned 20, well, to be honest, for the last few years, I've really wanted a tattoo. But I've never really had the courage to do it, but still, it's something I may do in my future, but it's something you should really think about. So even things that you may not think are such a big deal, they possibly could be. So take the time to really evaluate it. This is something that I've really learned this year, and it's that it's okay to take breaks. I've mentioned in previous videos before that I am a university student, but I did take a small break. It was only like a semester or two, but during that time I really got to evaluate my life and think about exactly what it is that I was studying and how I'm going about it. And it's perfectly fine to take breaks, especially if you're just starting off university and you kind of feel overwhelmed. Breaks are okay, and they're actually very good for you. Now this one may be a bit confusing. Say I love you more, but not to people who don't deserve it. I'm one of the people who I can say I love movies. Oh, I love that movie we saw at the theater last night. Oh, I love that book you're reading. I love chapter 5. But I'm not very good at saying I love you to friends or families. And it's something that I'm personally learning to change about myself, so it's a learning process. But yeah, you should learn to say I love you to the people who you truly do love, but at the same time, not throw it around like it's meaningless, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. And on to my next one. Some people are only meant to be in your lives for a short period, and this may all sound like mumbo jumbo and it may not make any sense, but some people aren't meant to stay in your lives from the day you meet them to the day you're gone. Some people are only meant to be in your lives for summer or for a year or for a few months. It's something that it's not very easy to accept, but after time it's so easy to just realize that it's better to look back at the moments and be like, wow, that was an amazing time, than to dwell without them. Now this one is very important, at least to me, and it's to take care of your physical and mental health. I'm not one of those people who goes to the gym 4 times a week and has protein shakes for breakfast, but I am definitely one of those people who is aware of being healthy, and it's just one of those things that once you make the step to be healthier and make healthier choices, you will be so much happier, and it'll really make a big difference in your life. Which leads me to my next one. Learn to cook. I never learned how to cook. I'm 20 years old and I barely started learning around roughly a year ago how to start cooking, and it's just so much better You know, it's so much better to be able to go to a grocery store with a recipe in mind to be like, oh, I'm gonna make this today. And then it makes it more fun, and it's not just like I'm stuffing food in my face because I have to get through the day, you know? So learn to cook and learn to make what you like especially, and just continue with that. This is another one that's very important to me, and I think it's important that everybody knows this. It's okay to not feel okay certain times. And everyone has down days. You know, some people have a bad day, some people have a bad week, some people feel like they have a bad month, you know? But it's okay to not fake it, you know? It makes me really sad. I have certain friends who go through like depression and stuff, and they tell me like, no, I have to put on a smile and act like I'm fine around the people I love and care about. But that's not right, you know? Personally, I would prefer my friends to be honest and be like, look, I'm really not feeling like myself today, and explain to me, you know? So that's the advice I could give you. And it's okay to not feel fine at the moment, because no one is perfect and no one is meant to be happy and bubbly 24/7. Now this next one I'm currently working on, and it is do things that scare the hell out of you. I think it's very important to do the things that scare you, because I don't feel like you should be comfortable for too long in your life. I think that it's always about reaching that new step and doing things that you're not used to and they're not in your comfort zone. You do the things that scare you, because once you get over that, that's it. You know, and it might take a few times. It's not like you go on one roller coaster and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, let me go on every single one. If that's you, then hey, congratulations. But it's gonna, at least for me, it takes a few times for me to finally get over something. So it's something I'm currently working on, and I hope to continue this for the rest of my life. This next one, I'm sure people will disagree with me, but I wrote down, always put your feelings before others. I have a best friend, and this friend has always been the type to put others ahead of herself, and to always say, I really didn't want to, but my friend will get their feelings hurt, so let me do it. Or, you know, just bending herself to help others in their situations. And it's something that I've become aware of this year. Now, I've always been a very blunt person and a very honest person, and it's one of those things where if I don't want to do something, I'm going to be straight up and say, I don't feel like doing that. But I think it's something that a lot of us need help in. It's okay to say no. If someone invites you to a huge party and you're like, oh, I'm not good in social situations like that, it's okay to say, you know what, thank you, but no thank you. So, long story short, be true to yourself, and if you don't feel like doing something, be honest, not only with yourself, but with the people who have asked you or the people around you. Don't hide that kind of stuff. You be true to yourself, and you always have to put yourself before others, no matter how badly it hurts them. That got really deep really fast. I did not mean for this video to be like ridiculously emotional or anything like that. I'm just being very honest with what I've learned this year. Take more photos with the ones you love. I probably mentioned this before in previous videos, but for years now I've done photography. But I've never been the type to be in front of the camera until now with these YouTube videos. But as you can see, there's this wall behind me, and it is filled with photos. And in the majority of them, I'm not in them because I was always behind the camera. So take photos, capture memories, you know, because something can always happen, and then I would hate to look back on my life and be like, wow, I really wish I had more photos with my best friend, or wow, I really wish I had taken photos at my grandma's 90th birthday. You know, there are just certain things like that, and you want to keep those memories to look back onto and to hold them and to show your kids someday, you know? Maybe even show your grandkids someday. So yeah, I would definitely say take more photos of the ones you love. Organize your life. I'm still working on this, and it is a big struggle of mine, because in my, I don't know if people can relate to this, but in my mind, I'm like super organized, and I have Pinterest boards where it's like room decorations and there's like drawers and file cabinets and stuff, and everything is just clean as can be. I'm not gonna lie, my room is not as organized as I wish it could be, but organizing things just makes everything so much easier. I've had it done before where I've had everything organized, I make a list of things I need, and everything was just clean and sufficient, and everything worked out great. You just gotta keep up with it. And I'm really hoping to continue with that and continue organizing and organizing, because I don't like a mess, because it just causes chaos to me. Be accepting to the changes that happen in your life. I'm one of those people who loves comfort. I don't like change very much. I like things to stay the way they are. But this year is the year that I've learned that things will change, whether you like it or not. Let go of all of your angers. Now, I'm not the type to get angry very often. If I do, it is on a very rare occasion. Anger, keeping all that anger inside of you is just going to do you more harm than not. And in my mind, I like to think that if you spew all of that anger out on the person you're angry at, you will really regret it. Take the time to spoil yourself. What I'm trying to say is that everybody needs time to themselves, just to relax and unwind and not worry about the world around them. So yeah, take time for yourself. Take chances. And I know this sounds very similar to one that I said earlier about like doing things that scare you, and yeah, it basically is the same thing. Take chances in your life, because you may not get those opportunities again. I'm not going to get into like politics or religion or anything like that, because that is a no zone here. But I just want to say that this year more than ever, we have learned that not everyone will agree. Not everyone's going to have the same opinion that you do, whether it be on who our president should be, or what book you should read, or what music you should listen to. Not everyone's going to agree. Your favorite song could be absolute garbage to someone else. So that's the good part. A lot of people may not think the same way as you do, but a lot of people will have similarities to your thoughts and to your likes. It's just very important now more than ever to know not to bash on people just because they don't have the same opinion as you. And last, but certainly not least, be true to yourself. If you're in a relationship and you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling this anymore, be honest with that person. You need to be honest with the people around you, because by being honest to them, you're being honest to yourself. And it's easier said than done, and it would be very difficult, to be honest with these people, whether you know it's going to hurt them or not. But it's to be true to yourself. And that goes along with what I said earlier about putting yourself before others, It's something that I can't specify enough. You need to be true to yourself, no matter what anyone else around you is going to think. Because at the end of the day, it only matters what you think about yourself, and not what all these other people around you think. So yeah. Okay, I did not mean for that video to get so emotional and so deep, but I meant every single word I said. And if you agreed, then let me know in the comments. If you disagreed with something I said, let me know in the comments. Like I said, everyone has opinions, and it's good to express them. I hope that these things that I've learned within the 19 years of my life, I hope that you all can benefit from this. And I hope that you can write down the things that you've learned within this year of your life and really look back on it and reflect and show others, I want to thank A-Dubs, because she's done this twice already. She's now 21, so she did 20 things I learned at 20, which is an amazing video. You should all go and check it out. I love these sorts of videos, and I love to see them because I love to know what everyone else has learned throughout the years in their lives. If you're watching this, comment something that you've learned within your life or within this year. I would love to know something new that you've learned. So with that said, I have all of my social media information at the end of this clip. If you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you would like. and share this with your family and let's see what they think. Thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has an amazing December. I'm hoping to post some December-like videos soon, so we'll see how long that takes. Bye.
I remember you said when I just woke up.